We've got Ignition. 2, 1. We've got RIP Takeoff. We've got RIP Takeoff. Welcome to another edition, riveting edition of Mouthpiece Included. Today, we'll be talking about a legend that we lost, the legend of lacrosse. This is politics. The link is pinned in the chat. Pull up. If you do pull up, as always, we encourage you. Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece. Just regular guys, silverbacks, discussing spots and politics. That's the show's riveting format. As always, we got some house cleaning, some bills to pay. Please take this time to like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. The legendary Jim Brown, the great. Mouthpiece Included. TATN.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do that there.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle of girls?
Okay, I'm in my local Ralph's, and this happened.
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can
Man, where do they keep the honey around here?
God is a fan of the
Excuse me, you know where the honey is?
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like
Oh,
a gaggle of
cheese
girls?
Al.
The Bears.
Who wants cheese head?
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is a fan of the Bears.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a gaggle of girls? The Bears.
I don't go to church, and I know God understands. I can stay on my couch because God is a fan of the Bears.
Who are the guys that are the best in the world and make the rest of the team look like a...
Well, guys, let's go to the swimming pool. Let's go take a shower. Let's go water skiing.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
There he is.
Be sure to bring a towel so you don't get all wet.
Be sure to bring a towel so you do not get... Cue the camera here, Jim. Cue the camera. Be sure to bring a towel so you don't get all wet. Just going over the... pushing this link out here real quick. All right, y'all. As I mentioned, we're going to break down... What the hell is going on, Jim? We're going to break down... I don't understand what's going on. Never mind. Never mind. Mouthpiece Included. Bear with us. Stand by. We live. Let's get it in. All right, y'all. Please pull up, like, share, subscribe. Today's topic is the legend of Jim Brown the Great. Plus, we're going to touch on weekly political hot topics coming from the sports world. Pull up. The link is in the chat. Smash that like button. All right, y'all. Today, we're breaking down Jim Brown, NFL legend, who played for the Cleveland Browns. He's considered one of the greatest football players of all time. He's second on my list behind the great Walter Payton. Rest both their souls. He was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1971. The legendary brother was also known for his activism and advocacy for social justice out there for melanated Americans. RIP and condolences to his family. Let's go ahead and get the resident Silverback in the building. Big Ace, Jackie Robinson's finest manager / coach, mentor to the youths.
TATN, Mouthpiece included. TATN.
Bear down, shot
What
down.
up,
What it
fool?
do?
What's going on? Happy Sunday to you. Memorial Day weekend,
Big
Heat
ups.
weekend, everything weekend here in Chi-Town. What's going on?
You getting the grill going?
I had the wife and mother-in-law went out of town for a graduation.
The bar mitzvah? Quinceañera.
The quinceañera going into college, hopefully, for one of her cousins. So nobody's here but me and the Deuce. So I cooked up a little, a couple burgers, a couple of beef burgers and dogs, and some spaghetti and corn, but nothing spectacular. Just something for us to have some substance. So
Big Deuce, huh?
Yeah. He's getting tall, man. He's about 5'6" now, throwing about 75, 80 miles an hour as he
Wow.
reaches. Yeah, he's you'll see us later on in this summer.
You mean to tell me the poor Jackie Robinson West program can afford a radar gun, or you guys got to go over to the white facilities and use their equipment like we had to do back in the day when I played for William H. Ray School, the Ray Royals, undefeated.
Well, we're
2 consecutive seasons.
We're eye measuring his speed, but he was throwing about 50 when he was 7. So based on the velocity and the pow of the glove, I think he's about 70, 75 right now, throwing strikes. Yeah.
That's always love. Big up to Deuce. Big up J-Dub, and happy Memorial Day to y'all.
Yeah.
I choose to use my Memorial Day remembering all of my ancestors.
Sure.
Who didn't necessarily, slaughter innocent melanated people on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Not that I'm, but I use it for the freedom fighters,
I got you.
Dr. Kings, those type of soldiers.
Yeah. But I got to throw in Big Joe. Big Joe served his mandatory time in Vietnam, running around the jungles of Vietnam until, he was promoted to open up his nightclub. He's going to find a way out.
Rest his soul, although Big Joe and Big Ups is no longer with us. Memorial Day is for those who were killed in action. Veterans Day is for the others. Just a point of clarity.
I got you.
You can celebrate how you want to celebrate it. I celebrate from Malcolm X.
The Black Panthers that was murdered all
exactly. Yeah, you know what? Maybe that's how I'll celebrate Juneteenth or something. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to get something on there besides I'm free, but I'm going to jail.
Yeah. They told us we was free 2 years later. We couldn't process it for 2 years. That the emancipation, proclamation meant everybody, and we needed to just take up arms at that time and make sure everybody was free. But we'll work on that. It just got started here in Illinois, so we got time.
We got time.
We got you.
And R.I.P. Tina Turner, huh?
Yeah. R.I.P. Tina Turner, man. What's love got to do with it? I don't know what to say about all the memes with Ike waiting up at the pearly gates for Tina to get up there, but she lived her second part of her life doing her thing, and hey, went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice. So shout out to Tina Turner, all her fans, family, and everybody. Hamdam Young Reikio.
Condolences to the family. Rest in peace, Tina, and big ups, Ike. Again, we were talking earlier in our meeting before the show. Mm-hmm. Ike was another Pookie. They blamed him for everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Ike wasn't we saw in that movie, Frankly, Scarlett, I Don't Give a Damn, when Will Smith slapped the shit out of Scarlett O'Hara.
Yeah. And they showed that movie for years and loved it.
Yes.
Still do.
Yes. Another great slap, The Godfather, Michael Corleone, slapped the shit out of, slapped fire from the face of his wife and said, don't you ever
ask him about my business again. She never did. Matter of fact, she divorced the shit out.
Big ups to Michael Corleone. All right, bro. Go ahead. What was you saying?
It's we're losing a lot of. I guess it's our time in our history of losing our greats. Definitely losing great. Most of the artists that performed during our time have gone on before us as far as singing and playing instruments, and we just lost another one, and Tina Turner. So condolences again to her family and those that loved her.
All right, your White Sox are 22-32. They've won 6 out of their last 4. My Cubs are 22-29. They're 3 over the last 7. The Cubs are in last place in the division, and the White Sox are in second to last place. Any comments before we move on past these bums?
I like that Morel kid. Hopefully the league doesn't figure him out before he gets to 30, 40 home runs. The White Sox they're rounding out, trying to figure out what they're going to do. I think they're like five games back. So, it's a possibility that they can creep up there and get it done sometime toward the All-Star break. So,
yeah, right now, as of now, they're 6 games back, and the Cubs are 4.5 games back. So, I mean, it's still anybody's baseball. I think the Cubs, their hat's in the ring for Kawasaki Oshanti or Ohanti from the Angels. Their hat's in the ring. Now to the Cubs organization, if I'm the GM there, I'm going to ask for a meeting with the agent and the other team. Mm-hmm. And here's our roster. Here's our roster.
All right.
You can pick anybody, any one of these bums off of here you want. Position player, the position players.
All right.
This is our roster, and this is what we're offering. To his agent, here's a blank check signed by Wrigley himself. The Cubs, if we can make a serious move and bring in this, he's probably processing math right now as we're speaking. Can we say processing math? Oshanti Kawasaki. If we can bring this kid in, hey, I think we can go ahead and make it to the playoffs. You kidding me right now?
Playoffs? I think they'd go after Morel. I mean, the kids you're bringing up that's hitting all the damn home runs with the team. I think the Angels would go directly at him. And
okay, you want his mama too? You can take him. You
can't trade his mom. No.
I mean, maybe I'm way off base because I don't watch the games, but
maybe his sister, but not his mom.
He's Osanti's going to end up in LA. He's going to end up on the Dodgers and hit 50 home runs, and we're going to have to watch them get eliminated in the NLCS again. I'm telling you, bro.
Well, I don't think the Cubs would do it because they don't feel they're in a position to win at all.
Please.
Which is
if
a typical.
That kid was drop dead gorgeous, they would do it.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, and the Angels should be willing to make any moves they can make because they're not going to the playoffs again, and you know they don't want to sign the guy. So, you know, let them go somewhere, get some draft capital out of them, take whatever bum you want to off the Cubs roster, shit off the Sox roster. I don't give a damn what team he goes to, and make a deal happen. You know, if they're not on the phone, I don't know what's
on the phone. They need to be on the private jet. You know, like that melanated GM for the Bears. You know, he'll pop up.
Yeah,
he outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He got his Pookie silencer with him too. But I don't know what's going on with Anaheim. Now you got one of the quote unquote, you got the best player in baseball in Trout, and you got this guy. And, you know, you can't fill out a roster with some other bums on your team to get to the playoffs?
Anaheim is a money grab. You know, they're the Chicago Cubs of the West Coast. You know, it's all about just selling beer and, you know, tickets and jerseys and stuff. So
okay, fine. As long as I know.
Right. Yeah, well, today it's about the legend of Jim Brown, the great. Plus, we're going to touch on weekly political hot topics. Pull up. The link is pinned in the chat. You can also call or text 424-900-6945. Do smash the like button. So I was talking to you in our pregame meeting, and nobody has any reason to believe me. You know, I didn't pull the trigger. I had a vision that the Boston Celtics were going to come back. We both picked the Celtics in this series.
Yeah.
But I had a vision that the Celtics were going to come back from 0-3 down. You know, it was all based upon conspiracy theory, the NBA and the gambling.
Scripting,
advertising. Yes. And the rich people. It was more of a gambling play that a lot of people were going to make a whole lot of money. And if I had the cojones, I would have put a stack on that bet.
Oh, my goodness. Did you do it?
I didn't even make the video. So
okay.
Yeah, there you go there. But I you know, if I did bet on it, this series would already be over. So that's
right.
Yes. I didn't bet on it. My wife is looking at me like I'm crazy.
I spent the money on I spent it on the Celtics and the Heat series. It was a sure thing in my head.
The 0-3 Celtics, the dumb team with the, you know, yeah. But you're sticking by your predictions?
I got to till it's over. But you know, it'd be a great. I think it would be some kind of history, wouldn't it?
First time ever, and it's It's the fourth time I think the team has forced a game 4, but this is the first time that it's at the crib.
I mean, come on, man! Now it's at Boston. You know, you're gonna have the people calling them the Heat all night at the hotel, and you know, food poisoning them, and you know all the stuff that Jordan said the Celtics used to get away with back in the day.
And when dude got that tip in, it was a little shamrock, a little old school Celtic shamrock.
Shamrock up the hiney, right up the bum there.
Yeah, he got that tip in. But you know, even though the glass slipper seems to have come off the Miami's players, the way they built their squad, and we've said it on this show, the tough bums, defensive playing two-way players. They shoot too many. We'll get to that. But the tough bums is how I said I'll build my team. There's a lot of tough, no-name bums out there. I've told you that. You know what I mean? I could care less about all this other stuff. How do we fit in? You know, and are you buying into what, you know, Eberflus is trying to build here?
Right. Well, I mean, you know, you're we were talking about it last year, even when the Bulls was considering, well, they didn't take the max contract for Zach LeBedrest off the table, and he was willing to, you know, test free agency and come back and decide.
Oh yeah, when he wanted to be courted and take calls.
Yeah, you want to be his balls tickled, or can you say that on here? Tickled or whatever the hell he wanted to do before he decided, oh damn, I got hurt in the playoffs. I better sign this damn contract.
I don't play defense.
Yeah. There's no contract to sign, buddy. Go out there and see what you can do, and we'll decide from there. Get you a 1 year or 2 year deal.
Listen, next players are going to be on the court too long, too much time to not be two-way players, in my opinion. If you're not a two-way player, I'm not giving you max money. That's just what I believe in as an organization.
Well, I don't think the Bulls have any beliefs as an organization. The stadium's full. Mm-hmm. They travel well. They sell merchandise. So, all this still based on the lore of Michael Jeffrey Jordan. So, I don't think they really know what they're doing. And,
they have no idea.
As long as you have an owner that doesn't care or doesn't know what he's doing, you're fine. So that's what they're doing.
And you know what I've noticed, Ace? They were treating Joe Mazzulla as if he was Pookie off New Jack City when the Celtics went down 0-3. And I'm talking about Van Dummy. I don't know why I have to listen to Jeff Van Dummy and the other Van Dummy every damn game. I mean, who cares if they drop dead gorgeous? These guys are dumb. They're not processing.
Okay, that's why they're not in coaching anymore.
But I'm listening to Jeff Van Dummy and, his little sidekick, Reggie Miller, bashing Mazzulla. Everything was his fault. He was Pookie. Now they've won 3 straight. All and they weren't praising Mazzulla for any adjustments he made, and nor were they bashing the Miami coach,
right?
Who, in my opinion, you can say is coaching worse than Mazzulla. 2-0 lead after winning on the road, and you can't close this out. What's your take on this?
You can't close it at home. Well, I mean, it's the narrative of the NBA. Now it'll. As they go to this last game, it'll be based on the valor and the stick-to-itiveness and the toughness of the players versus the ability of the coaches
to process
and make different formation changes or things to help his team win. So Reggie Miller and Jeff Van.
It's the other Van Dummy. I can never think of his name. He coached at Orlando.
Stan.
Yeah, Jeff was doing all of the Western Conference Finals with his sidekick, Mark Jackson.
Yeah, Stan. And, you got these guys expounding on something, that they have no idea of because neither one of them have won any damn thing.
Correct. And you think as former coaches, they'd be more deferential and understand what these guys are doing and what they're going through out there on the other side. But it almost seems to me like they're bashing these guys so that they can potentially get offered coaching jobs. As many coaches as they get fired, they can take some calls.
Stan and Jeff are they're always willing to take the call. The agents are always looking into opening positions. But, I pretty much hope and pray that those careers are over. They might as well stay in the television arena, and Reggie Miller can, he can still be Cheryl's sister. Did I say sister? I mean brother.
Miami's coach. 3-point fest. This is another note. I've been watching the playoffs, and I've heard you guys comment on this. I just don't watch the NBA after George Floyd and even before that. And now that I got back into watching it during these playoffs, I remember why I don't watch it.
This is horrible.
No one knows how to play defense. There are no principles. And this 3-point fest, these guys are running up and down, jacking up threes, bro. And then when they make it, they can miss the last 5 threes they took, leading to dunks on the other end. And then when they make it, that's the way you stick with it. He's going to get his shot going. I'm like, what are you teaching these kids, this dumbass? Bro, it was a play And I'm
That's
gonna
the way
throw it to
shoot.
when that drop dead gorgeous player from Miami was the drop dead gorgeous one that shoots the threes.
Tyler Hero.
No,
Oh,
he's hurt, but it's another one.
the guy from Chicago.
Yes, it was the end of the game.
Stanless or something like that. Yeah.
And he took a three about 4 feet behind the 3-point line. Jimmy was in the corner with a bum guarding him. He was supposed to, like I would have done it empty, show like he's shooting it, bounce past that to Jimmy and let Jimmy go into his pump fake and draw the foul against the little guy he had on him. But he took the three and nobody said, Ace, he's got to get that ball to Deuce, for instance, the best player on the damn team with 18 seconds left, down 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's a mentality in the NBA. Even they might not even need 3 points. They might need just 2 points to win the damn game.
They didn't need 3, Ace, at that point. They were down 2, but go ahead.
You got to get the ball to your best player. Come on, man. That's like Steve Kerr not getting the ball flipped out to him while Michael Jordan's driving and he's standing there wide open, but just coming down and taking a damn shot as opposed to getting the ball to Michael damn Jordan of your team. Get him the damn ball.
The shot clock ain't running down. Right, right. Give the ball to Jordan. Yeah,
get your team the best chance of at least extending the game or winning the game. But it's the Steph Curry era of basketball. Everybody wants the chicks dig the long ball in baseball and I guess in basketball. So everybody wants to see the 3-pointer to win.
I've got to get into coaching. And everybody's switching everything with no rhyme or no reason. Muggsy Bogues is on Shaq. This is what I'm telling you. Muggsy is on Shaq in the switch. Shaq takes the 3. This is what I'm watching. Or nobody gives the ball to Shaq. Some drop dead gorgeous blonde haired blue eyed white guy takes a 40-footer and Shaq had Muggsy Bogues on his back.
Yeah, but the analytically and statistically, the 3-pointer is the better shot for the team, and it gives them higher.
Giving me the ball when I got a little person on me. And big ups saw it. Small ups. Saw the little big ups.
No, you get big ups to the smaller.
Big ups to the little people. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's not. He was 5'4". Yeah, he is little. But it's a damn different mentality in basketball now, and that's why it makes the game impossible to watch. These guys just coming down, shooting 3-pointers to the point of ad nauseum. If we hit a lot tonight, we're in the game. If we miss a lot to game, we lose by 20. But let's find out.
So I'll be in the kitchen messing around, and I'm like, damn, this game is over already. Because one team's hitting the 3s and the other one's missing them, but they keep jacking them up.
No, it's the Euro game. They've eliminated the role and need for the bigs and
the athletic player.
Yeah, everybody's a stretch everything. Stretch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I don't understand the game. I don't like it anymore. So I barely watch it, especially being a Chicago fan. I got the best mid-range shooter in the league on my team, and I got one of the worst 3-point shooters in the league on my team. So there's no happy medium, and we have no bigs. So we're going to be middle of the ring, or we're not going to make the playoffs. So that's how it is in Chicago.
My last point on this is it was the third quarter. Miami was in the bonus, meaning they go to the free throw line on every foul. Yeah, they were in the bonus with 9 minutes left in the third quarter.
Oh, I'm banging.
They just kept
playing
regular. Yeah. The guy who I cut from my All-NBA team, what's his name? Reggie Lewis? No, that ain't his name. Rest his soul. The 2 guard for the Celtics. The dark-skinned, dirty one, not that high yellow.
Brown.
Yeah. Brown had 4 fouls. They put him back in the game with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. And Joe Mazzulla and nobody on the Celtics said, let's go after Brown. And we're already in the bonus, and this guy's got 4 fouls. Let's just run every play going at Brown.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just kept running around shooting threes.
Yeah, I'm in the bonus with 9 minutes left. You got a player out there in foul trouble. I'm definitely going at him for at least 4 or 5 plays in a row. And then I'm banging the rest of the quarter. You might be able to get a couple threes, but it's going to slow the game down. And you're going to players going to be in foul trouble because I'm banging. And nobody's used to getting banged nowadays. So, we're shooting free throws. We're going to shoot 20 free throws in the quarter. If we don't hit 18, damn it, there's a problem. And you got Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
I'm banging.
All right, y'all. So this is the legend of Jim Brown, the great. That's our hottest topic. Plus, as we're going over weekly political topics. Pull up. The link is embedded in the chat, 424-900-6945. Those phone lines are open as well. You can call or text troll free. And also smash that like button, if you will. So let's just jump to the NFL beat, bear down /FGB segment. D-Hop got released by Houston. You taking calls, Ace?
I'm
taking calls?
From his agent? Yeah, I'm taking calls, baby.
No. If you're polls, are you taking calls?
Yeah. Oh, from who? From
his agent.
Absolutely. Why not? I don't want to hurt Equanimous St. Brown or Pettis' feelings. Yeah.
Well, my only reservation, not the money, is his age.
Yeah.
But you can definitely raise your expectations if you add him to the team. Your immediate expectations.
Okay, what are we trying to do?
We're trying to, what they're trying to do is they figure by the time, just in time, and everybody's got everything under him. They don't want this guy to be, LeBron James age.
Okay.
We're not saying what Kwame Brown said, that LeBron James is allegedly using deer antler spray. But we don't want this guy, being out the pasture when we're finally ready to turn the corner. That's the only reservation I've been hearing from the pundits.
The pundits probably come from GB. So FGB. The guy is 31. So how long you looking to sign him? 3 years?
Yeah, I think for it to work, he'd have to sign him as long as the Fields is in. I'd give him. Yeah, he probably going to want 3-4 years. I'd give him 3 years. I'd give him 3.
You give him 3 years and put him in your wide receiver room. Now, what are we trying to do? Trying to win? Come on, man.
Okay, so assuming you do bring him in.
Yeah.
We don't want to mess up Velus Jones's progression. So what I'm saying is now you got a number 1 receiver. I'm assuming D-Hop's going to be your number 2. What are you doing with the guy we just got from Pittsburgh and also the scat receiver?
Who gives a shit about the guy we just got from Pittsburgh? And this other
Clay
guy,
Matthews, Traypool, or what's his name?
Chase Claypool and Darnell Mooney. They're both on contract years. This is football. Somebody's going to get hurt. So if one of these guys get hurt, the other guy gets to play. The other guy gets hurt, the other guy gets to play. And neither one of them gets hurt. The best player gets on the damn field. But we're trying to win.
He's going to end up in Philly.
Yeah.
Teams like that are really trying to win.
Yeah. But,
I don't think we're trying to win right now. Go ahead.
When you going to win? I mean, you got the cap space this year.
It's a process.
Yeah, it's a process. Okay. You got the cap space this year. You got Equinemius St. Brown in your wide receiver room. And you got Pettis in your room. And you got Velus Jones in your damn room.
Velus.
Yeah.
Velus is my boy, and you're going to eat crow. Let me tell you something. That guy's been sparkling on the other side. They've been having him out there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, they said he's been shining in the mini camp in the shorts and the optional mini camp where everybody's not even there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What I tell you about Chester Ebner last year? He was shining in preseason. Yeah, he's unstoppable. Look at that move that kid made. Yeah. Okay. But if you telling me, if you've got D-Hop on your roster, you give a damn about what the hell Velus Jones is doing, except for on special teams, you got to be out your cotton picking line. I'm putting these guys out. I'm putting down D-Hop, Mooney, or
DJ
Claypool.
Moore. So you're going to have D-Hop and DJ Moore. Well, who's your third receiver in this scenario?
It's got to be Mooney, because Mooney's going to play the slot. And Claypool can come in off the bench whenever. Who cares?
Right. You have a rotation so your receivers aren't getting tired. But we don't pass that much, bro. You're just paying money for guys you're never going to see the ball.
Who cares?
All right. This guy, Ace, I'm taking calls, says he's going to talk to the agent and get that done.
I'm just saying, if you got a threat of a home run hitter on every pass attempt versus a home run hitter on every run attempt, what the hell is the other team going to do? They can't stack them in the box.
We got two drop dead gorgeous tight ends. They're gonna need the ball.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about the Cole Kmet effect and the Robert Tonyan effect. What is the other team going to do?
Man, they said they've been battling, boy. They said Tunion's pushing the hell out of Kmet.
Hell yeah. He was. I mean, I wanted him a couple years before he got hurt in GB. But yeah. So you're looking at, you got two damn tight ends out there.
All them running backs in the running back room,
and two number one wide receivers, and a guy that's been used to playing number one in your slot, and Mooney.
And a virtual god running 4-4 at QB.
Man, get out of here.
The only thing I got against Justin Fields is his dad's a cop. All right.
Well, he's retired.
Yeah, he should have wore number 12. But let's.
You had to put food on the table, damn it.
All right, so we're gonna give you guys Mouthpiece included top 5 quarterbacks. Now listen closely, Ace.
Mm-hmm.
And I give you scenarios, you get caught up. Based on next year's projections, your top 5 quarterbacks, who you think will be the top 5 in QBR rating next year at the end of the NFL's regular season. I'm going to start out with number 5. I'm not a homer phobe. I'm going with Justin Time out there. Justin Time. He's number 5 on my list.
In the whole NFL?
In the whole, listen, I told you he's going to push for MVP this year, maybe even get it. He's definitely MVP the year after next. But yeah, he's my number 5. Justin Time. Just incredible. You got a problem with that because he's not drop dead gorgeous?
No. I'm trying to think of which drop dead gorgeous quarterbacks I'm going to eliminate out of this damn stat for this year. I'm damn near going to be all
time, man. Justin Time. Now, I know I've been calling you Big Perk, but I've been saying this even before last season when I saw it was during last season early. I said, man, first I said 2 years, and then I said, next year MVP. But go ahead, bro. Yeah. Who's your number 5 on this list?
And we're doing this based on rating?
Yeah, you can base it on whatever you want to base it on. The top, who you think is going to be the best 5 quarterbacks based upon their production next season?
Oh, okay. Top 5, we're going with number 5, CJ Stroud, Houston Texans.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
You're the guy who would have taken calls for just in time. I think you like CJ Stroud.
I do. But I would have taken calls, but they would have had to give me probably Jesus Shuttlesworth and a few draft picks and some other things, but to get just in time out of Chicago for me. But anybody can give me a call. We can talk about future business, like DeAndre Hopkins.
D-Hop. So we got just in time, and Ace has got CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Number 4, who's your number 4 on your list? So these are melanated quarterbacks we picked. These kids are going to have trouble getting in and out. These teams are going to have trouble, getting the plays communicated, getting in and out of the huddle, getting everybody set up right. But, they're athletic enough to overcome.
I would go with the kid that went number 1, but I need him to have a bad season.
You're projecting these rookies to be. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. It's disrespectful. You're projecting these damn rookies to be top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL next year. But go ahead with your number 4. I'll let you do you.
I predict CJ Stroud to be. My number 4 is going to be Tua Tagovailoa.
That's not a bad pick if they can keep him upright.
They'll be fine.
You know what? I must admit, I was super high on Tua, but I'm big on your best ability is your, availability. If I ran a program, Ace, when you start missing games and you're in bed rest all the time, it'd be in your contract. We'd have a mock unibrow. We'd make a unibrow that we super glue on your damn head while you're sitting around on bed rest.
But
he's our team unibrow.
You got to get the guy some damn blocking.
Yeah, whatever. All right. You got to get rid of the damn ball.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
All right. My number 4 quarterback, another melanated player. And you've got 2 melanated players, and look at here. They're not processing. They're on the clock. But I'm going with Jalen. The Chicago Bears should have drafted me Hurts. He's going to be in at number 4 for me.
All right.
Yeah, he had a great Super Bowl, great season. He's got all the pieces around him.
All the pieces to the puzzle.
He's been in the same playbook 3 years, so he should be able to. It might have taken a drop dead gorgeous player.
That's time.
Half a season, yeah. But hey, they sacrificed, and he's got all those white coaches around him.
For sure.
That's making him do what he was doing ever since high school and all through college, and that's win chips. But now, my number 3. This was a little tough. My number 3 is another melanated quarterback, and I'm going with Lamar Action Jackson.
All right.
Lamar Action Jackson.
All right. His numbers don't equate to that being the case, but
what are you talking about? This guy's got the highest winning percentage in the history of the NFL.
Well, we're basing it on whatever we want to base it on. So, yeah, he's bed rest in the playoffs.
You're going to give him a unibrow?
Yeah, when we get to the playoffs. 2 weeks before the playoffs. Hey, it's just on my helmet. It's a unibrow, you son of a bitch. You haven't played in the playoffs
I don't have any drop dead gorgeous quarterbacks on my list. My list so far is Justin Fields, number 5, Jalen Hurts, number 4, and Lamar Action. Lamar, my mama's my agent, Action Jackson. Who's your number 3? Since you want to say mine's disrespectful.
My number 5 was CJ Stroud,
a rookie, a melanated rookie. He can't process. Probably playing video games right now. But go ahead.
My number 4 was Tua, and my number 3.
He's got a headache as we're talking. Go ahead.
My number 3 is Justin Fields.
You got Justin Fields. All right. Well, we agree on something. We both have Justin Fields on this list.
All
A lot
right.
of pressure on you, Pookie. You know what I mean? It's a lot
It'll
of
be
pressure,
fine.
Pookie. All right. Go ahead with your number 2 on your list.
My number 2. I hate to put him in there, but as far as numbers are concerned, and he's FGB and now, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers, number 2.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
You put a fudge packer on your list?
he's not a fudge packer anymore.
Smug Rogers?
He's a JETS, Jets.
I'm gonna go to a cave and be in the darkness and do ayahuasca, and nobody in the media is gonna really talk about it.
He's a cave dweller.
Yeah,
What do you expect? But
he is drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, and he will be in New York.
He could process too. You know, he's probably studying the playbook right now.
No, he's not studying the playbook. He can process.
All right. That was your number. What was that? Your number 2?
2.
Yeah, that was your number 2. Now, my number 2. It came down to one of these guys were going to be my honorable mention. They're both drop dead gorgeous.
All right.
And one of the guys were going to be my number 2. So, a lot of thinking. I put in a lot of metrics. Off the eye test, and this guy's athletic. Kind of reminds me of a Ben Raplestein.
Oh.
I'm going with Big Josh Allen out of the Buffalo Bills. That's my number 2 quarterback. Drop dead gorgeous. Josh Allen. He's got something to prove.
Well, they all got something to prove. They all lost last year.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. They're not on the clock, though. It's not their fault.
Oh, wait a minute. I just thought about something.
Mm-hmm.
Strike my number 2. Can I do that?
Who was your number 2? Who was it?
It was Aaron Rodgers.
Hell yeah, you can get this fudge back off there. You need to get the damn rookie off there. But go ahead. You're removing Aaron Rodgers. All right.
He's being replaced by Jalen Hurts. Hurts.
Okay. All right. I was about to say, where's Jalen Hurts? So there's another melanated player. Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm assuming we agree on number 1. Sideshow Mahomes. Sideshow Bob Mahomes.
Yeah, absolutely. So you have one non-melanated player, and I replaced my non-melanated player with a rookie.
So you've left both Josh Allen and Joe Burrow off your list there, fella?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is my honorable mention. The homer in me, he would have been number 5, but the homer in me had to put just in time on the list. And again, I've been predicting before the national media that this kid is going to be just in time. Damn near MVP this year. Definitely MVP by the end of the following season. So
yeah, we get D-Hop in here. He's going to be MVP this year.
Who's your honorable mention?
I can go with Joe Burrows for my honorable mention because I love that kid. He's got moxie, as they say. He's got the cojones, and he can get it done. Can
he get it done?
Well, we haven't seen it as of yet, but he got it close to getting done. So, he's my honorable mention. All right. Those who might have something to say about my team being all melanated, my honorable mention is.
Yeah, this wasn't the all melanated top 5. I mean, you've got C.J. Stroud on his damn list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
I see you at the end of the damn season.
Quarterback is going to play MVP football, and he's 5'7".
No, that's the other guy.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
Bryce Young.
You're right. I was thinking Bryce Young the whole time.
Yeah,
I apologize.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see. Maybe you're on to something. All right.
Of course I am.
We'll ask you guys in the comments, give us your top 5 NFL quarterbacks projections. Today, the topic is the legend of Jim Brown, the great, plus weekly hot political topics. Pull up. The link is pinned in the chat, or you can call in troll free 424-900-6945. Smash that like button. So Ja Pookie, NBA dumb boy Morant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he had a concerning social media post on IG. It included messages saying, "Love your ma, love your pops, and you, the greatest baby girl, love ya." All followed by blue heart emojis and a final message that said, "Bye." This prompted 12 to go over there with their guns. They didn't send anybody over from social work.
mental
12 went over there with their yeah. They went over there with their guns for a
well-being check. We know he got guns. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And man, this thing could have been awful. But what's your take on this, dear fella?
I mean, I thought Dad lived in the neighborhood near him. Nobody called Pops to go over there and do a mental wellness or well-being check.
I hear you. And all his team and people around him, all they could do is call 12. Nobody could go do that themselves. That's a great point.
Yeah, it's tough to fathom. One, why he would put such a cryptic, non-cryptic suicide message on Twitter, and the fact that either the team or his family isn't going to check on him or interject or speak on his behalf about what's going on. I don't know.
It goes back to the Pookie effect. This guy's living his life. I mean,
does he think he's Tupac?
I don't know what he's processing.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you just really just think about it, I really don't think he deserves what he's getting. I mean, who said
Mm-hmm.
that it's somehow bad? There's not even a rule on social media. Maybe these social media people need to, make that as part of their, as part of their thing. You can't post guns on, rules. Yeah, because what I'm saying is, I'm not saying I'd want my son or I'm promoting this for youths. This guy's a grown man. Just get away from all the pink stink.
Mm-hmm. Go into a cave.
What did he really do? Who did he hurt?
Yeah, I mean,
what crime did he commit?
They've got players over the years that have been on social media with different type of guns, and
they're doing this, and after they shoot threes.
Yeah.
They're doing this, which is a gang sign. Go ahead.
It's the narrative of the league that they want him to be wholesome. And, it probably
they want to give Pookie on the cheap the same thing they did to Handy J.
Yeah, it's probably the same thing as far as, the money is concerned. Do it, whatever you got to do to tarnish his max contract image and get him on the cheap. And then, you're paying him less money for at least his next contract and see what happens for the next contract. But it is pink stink, and it's their conspiracy. It's their way of devaluing him in his position as the leader of this team. And hopefully, ultimately they all want him on their team. So, I believe that's all they're trying to do is just devalue him.
Get him in LA.
And get him in free agency in LA. And
yeah. Let him save LeBron and get LeBron some more chips.
Yeah. LeBron will play for make Memphis think, oh, there's no way we can have this guy as the face of the team, and the Lakers will step right. The Lakers will step right up, like
LeBron could fix him. Yeah. The Bulls would fall.
He needs
for
a
it.
mentor.
Yeah, the Bulls would fall for it. They'd have absolutely no interest if his name came up in trade talks.
Right.
Listen, if this kid came to Chicago, I've said it before. First of all, I'm getting him a gun as soon as he steps off the airplane. I'm dropping him right off on Old Block and introducing him to the guys. I'm taking him on 63rd as well. I'm taking him on the low end. This is Pookie Morant.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not his fault. He is strapped. You know what I mean? He's not going to shoot anybody. He's just going to wave.
And he needs protection anytime he hits the hood, because he's coming to the South Side. He's going to live by the Obama Library. And, just look out for him.
Now, if I was his team, I'd have him make a rap song and then have a little rap video, have him doing that little coon dance he does. And I'd have him with all the props. Yeah, I'd have him with all the props. You know what I mean? I'd ram it. Desynthesize America to it. I mean, why is it a problem now that Pookie's doing it and we've been having this nonsense going on all over the internet? You know what I mean? But now Pookie, NBA Dumb Boy's doing it, and somehow everybody's flabbergasted about it.
Yeah. Well, you know how it is. It's all a narrative, either by ownership group or the NBA to take down his value, which they really can't do.
I think he's pissed the Aluma booty off somewhere. Somebody in his team pissed him off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, we've said on this show, this is an opportunity for Black businesses to get in there and offer endorsements to him.
Yeah.
Where's P. Diddy? Where are these guys who got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who own these
companies and billionaires.
Yes.
Yeah, because even Nike took his shoes off of sale, and they were the highest selling shoes that they had at the time.
Correct. If I'm a stockholder, I'm pissed. I'm not pissed at Pookie Morant.
I don't give a damn what he's out there shooting. Them damn shoes back on the website.
Right. Was he in the Gold Coast doing it, or was he over on 63rd? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where was he sliding?
Well, maybe they're trying to take his shoes to the level of Travis Scott, where they're $1,000 a pair, or $5,000 or $10,000 a pair, because they're not available. I don't know. It's all marketing. It's all hyperbole. It's all crap. So the league, with all of this banter about suspending him for half the season, which is absolutely ludicrous.
Without pay. If he was a cop, he could have shot somebody and got his money. Yeah,
even the 8 games that he took last year was ridiculous, because there's no precedent about what he did. I mean, he was off work. He in a strip club. He's partying. He said he was doing a video, whatever. I mean, he's a legal gun holder, so
man, I'd have my team would contact the NRA. I'd have Pookie out there doing NRA ads.
What's the dance? What's the dance? The jiggy they do, or whatever dance he does.
Yeah, the jiggy dance, the critty dance or something. Yeah.
You
know what I mean? And I'd have them all around the alt-white. You know what I'm saying?
Especially a Trump election year. Have a John Morant, Trump.
Yes.
And both out there doing the critty dance.
The critty. Let's move. But I was saying he needs to stop that. And you see what happened? He critty danced. He almost got back into the favor doing all that critty dancing. Remember they showed him? He was critty dancing with all the drop dead gorgeous young white kids.
Right around the side of the courts,
Yeah. And now now you can't critty dance. All right, let's move on. There's been Shannon Sharp. I mean, Kwame has broken the internet. So is this Shannon versus Kwame, or is this Ruckus versus Clarence Bigsby? I'm going to play some sound for you guys, and then we're going to unpack it. Big ups to Cap.
And they stink!
Your caliber, supposed caliber. You don't even get a shout out. You supposed to be the best scorer in the game. You got all these.
Let me take it back.
I have never seen a guy of your caliber, supposed caliber. You don't even get a shot off. You supposed to be the best scorer in the game. You got all these points. But you were looking for a bailout again. Kobe Bryant would have probably looked at it, rose up for a 3 and won the game.
Done. What would you have done? You're the number 1 overall pick.
Yep.
I don't get it because LeBron was in a no-win situation.
He's trying to get the shot up. Aaron Gordon blocked it. Throughout history, people are going to, the little nerds are going to look up your stat line, and they're going to say, he got to be the greatest player that ever played the game. And people who actually play are going to know that is.
So based on this stat, LeBron James is the most clutch player of his generation. If there's a Mount Rushmore for busts in the NBA history, he's on Mount Rushmore. Kobe and Mike were graceful. They were elegant. They were Baryshnikov.
Yeah.
But it's just not true. They haven't hit more game-winning shots than LeBron.
Now that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
LeBron James has never said anything about you.
And you gonna take a shot at the man? Why?
You from the crib? You from that? I mean, you're a joke. Really, real talk. You're a joke.
Not he a big ass farmer. All right. He the tallest farmer in America.
I have never seen.
All right. So Kwame, that's just a little summary, and big ups Cap TV. So Kwame just merely talked about, he analyzed the game. This guy's an ex-NBA player, professional, drafted number 1 overall. And he just said what many of us would have probably said after watching that crap. LeBron doesn't even get a shot off. He had a wide open 3, but he was mental. Had the yips. He didn't want to take it and miss it, but he should have taken that shot. But he could have pulled up, but you got to get a shot off, you know. In my opinion, I think Shannon went a little too far. You know, basically Shannon's take was that, you know, who is Kwame? And basically Kwame's a bum and he can't hold his jockstrap and he's the biggest farmer in the history of the world. He got all emotional about it. So what's your take on that? Would be Bigsby, Shannon Sharp, Bigsby.
I mean, I think Shannon is just rounding himself into playoff Bigsby.
Shannon Sharp's a homosexual, allegedly. But go ahead.
Allegedly? Well, I think they showed him one picture of a female a couple of years ago.
Was it a female or misgender?
That's none of your business nowadays, according to the federal government. But I don't know what's going on with the guy. I know he's trying to market his podcast and, you know, keep this thing going with Skip. I don't know who's who in the relationship, but for him to put himself out there on LeBron and
attacking Kwame.
We know he loves LeBron, and anybody that comes after LeBron, he's going to be a force field or a shield against. So just the fact that Kwame came out with maybe the truth against LeBron, your guy didn't want to hear it. So, you know, that's what happened. But unfortunately for him, I don't think he's losing more credibility week by week of the stuff that he's coming out with. I don't know if it's either just to accentuate the show with him and Skip or to send people toward Club Shay Shay, whichever direction he's trying to attempt to go. I think that's more of his focus to, you know, the real facts about anything that he says nowadays.
Well, you know, while he's worried about Pookie Morant and talking about who Pookie Morant's hanging out with, I don't know if you heard, but Shannon Bigsby Sharp, he, you know, his home was broken into. Thank God no one was hurt. And, you know, I despise, you know, thieves.
Was Skip there?
It's just my personal feeling. Well, that's the thing. He had just left his house, came back less than 3 hours later, and someone had allegedly stolen over $2 million worth of jewelry and purses he had. They said bags. So, Had to be purses.
They got to be Mercers to amount to that much money. But go ahead.
Right. So he Shannon put up a $50,000 reward. But the thing was, 12 said that there was no sign of forced entry. So this had to be somebody you're hanging around with, Shannon, while you're worried about who Pookie Morant's with.
Right. Or was Skip okay?
All right, let's get to Ruckus.
You're not gonna answer my question. Okay.
I'm
assuming Skip was okay.
Yeah, Skip's always gonna be good.
But $2 million, you got insurance. I mean, what the hell you putting a $50,000 reward up for?
Exactly. Why do you have $2 million worth of jewelry and shit in your house? I just don't understand it, man. Have a couple watches you wear and put the other shit up in a safe deposit box.
Well, if somebody broke in my house, damn it, I got $2 million worth of shit in here too.
Insurance.
Worldwide.
All right. Let's get to Kwame Ruckus Brown.
Football playing dummy. You big, tall, thick-tongued punk mother. You a thick-tongued idiot. You the reason why John Morant probably carrying guns right now. You supposed to be a damn analyst, not a fanboy. Or back in the day, a big, ugly nigga like you with a thick tongue and a stutter like you got. The only thing a nigga like you was good for is fighting the fuck. You used to breed a ugly mother like you. You buck dancing punk. Everything about you is fake.
Club shake, do something, do something. Smoke a black and mild. Shut your bitch.
Nigga, you don't go to the hood. You mumble mouth, big tongue. Bron James already got a wife, nigga. Get up off your mother knee. Let me read the stat. Who said, give me another stat of LeBron? Hold up. Give me a stat of LeBron. You ain't there because of your talent. You there because you like the way that tastes. Shit. Yeah, I fight over LeBron. Shit. Anybody who talk about LeBron, I fight over LeBron. I'm on Twitter with it. I'm on the side of the court with it. That's what I do. Sweet, sensitive ass.
Respect me like you respected that white boy.
Man, he ended it and said, respect me like you. He said, you not on it because of not on that show because of your talent. You on, which we've said here, you're on that show because you like to suck anus.
Oh my God.
Can we say anus on Mouthpiece included?
You can say suck, but you can't say suck anus in the same sentence.
Ah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that was Ruckus's revenge after what you just heard. And what's your take on that? Big ups to Cap TV.
Clayton Bigsby, I'm sorry, but you took one on the chin with this one. You angered your counterpart, and
got a big dose of mama's cooking.
Yeah, I don't think there's no coming back for this. So leave that guy alone, okay? Because he comes hard, and everybody comes at seems to have to back down. So, I think you better leave this man alone. You and Skip.
Well, Kwame's receiving death threats, according to Kwame, from LeBron fans.
Really?
Yeah, because of his opinion. Because he doesn't think the guy's a GOAT.
Well, I mean, he's not.
Yeah, he wasn't saying he's a bum. He was just saying that he don't put him on. He's a notch below Kobe and Jordan and a few other guys. He even said Paul Pierce.
Oh, that's a stretch, but definitely beneath Jordan and Kobe. You can talk about all of the finals that he's been to, but you also have to bring up all the finals losses. 4 out of 4. Was it 4 out of 9? 4 out of 10? Yeah. He's a great player, but as far as greatest of all time.
Well, what Kwame was saying is that you can't be the greatest of all time without a patented move. He went on to say that Mike had a patented, Kobe had Mike's patented. He used
right.
Rest Kobe.
And LeBron should have then copied it.
Even Paul Pierce had a patented. You know, and he was saying that he has no post game, which I've been saying. He should have developed that over the years. LeBron, when he gets the ball in half court and they need a bucket, he backs up like some sort of kid that you coach out of in biddy ball, backs up to get on this runway so he can bully past everybody and kick it out to a three-point shooter. This is this guy's game. This has been going on for 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, yeah. So
if you want to send me a death threat, yo mama. Go ahead, bro.
There's a lot of LeBron jock holders that just want him to be better than Michael Jordan based on he being the player of their era. Unfortunately, you know, he's not. Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the greatest of all time. You got to come after him with, you know, players with rings, such as I would say Bill Russell and maybe a Kareem. And
Kareem, you got to get him in there.
Yeah, yeah, and your Magic Johnsons and your Kobe's, but you know, to put LeBron in that category, he's not even the greatest Laker of all time. So how the hell can he be the greatest player of all time?
Right, he's the greatest Cleveland Cavalier of all time. Would you say he's the greatest Miami Heat of all time? Or would you give that to D Wade?
You got to give that to D Wade. Because D Wade won chips before LeBron got there.
LeBron, and Big Zoe, if Alonzo Mourning didn't have a kidney transplant, who knows?
Yeah. Because LeBron went to Miami to win a chip with D Wade.
Correct. Correct. All right, so we've had some beef, some more beef. Stephen A. Smith versus JJ. We don't know what's in his heart. JJ from, you know, that drop dead gorgeous school, Duke.
We don't know what's in.
I think he called Stephen A. School a shithole, but we're gonna big ups.
It's true.
With all of this, don't get caught up in the trolls and all of this other stuff. The hell with them. They're trolls for a reason. I don't give a shit about popularity contests. People are watching, listening, and reacting to the things that I have to say. I'm good.
You didn't listen to anything I said. You didn't listen to anything Wendy said. All you want to do is talk about the Lakers.
Boy.
I love JJ Redick. Love him.
Oh, maybe I'm nearing the end.
I mean, I listened to every word JJ just said. I don't understand much of what he just said, but I listen. But go ahead, Wendy.
Well, you didn't play,
first,
Stephen A.
and then I'll try.
You didn't play.
I didn't comprehend. I'm sorry.
You don't understand athletic mortality. 3 games at wherever South Dakota, Winston-Salem State doesn't count.
I got you. I understand. I got a degree and I'm here on TV with you. I must be doing something right. He was just going up against this wannabe star that went to an HBCU school that couldn't shine his shoes.
Couldn't shine his shoes.
With all of this, don't get caught up.
All right. So you heard a little bit of the back and forth.
Shout out to Cap TV.
Yeah, I agree with JJ Redick. With all Stephen A. wants to do is talk about the Lakers, but all JJ wants to do is talk about LeBron. But what's your take on that? Because you know, we make fun of, you know, shithole schools when we're referring to, at least I do, HBCUs, but it's all tongue in cheek. It's all a joke for anybody out there.
They are shitholes.
Can JJ Redick do it? He's drop dead gorgeous.
But so the question is, does he have the hall pass to call a HBCU a shithole school for kids that can't read too good?
Yeah, he told Stephen A. I'm talking about athletic mortality. He bullied his brain. You know, that's why I'm saying I felt like he got into the education. It had more to do. It was the quality of education I got from that than Steve's 3 games he played. But go ahead. But he dog whistled.
Any Dukies, in which the Duke alumni are called Dukies, compared to their school, are, you know, pretty much shithole schools. So maybe it might not have been to the fact of a HBCU, but it's just elitism of a Dookie is what might have brought about the comment. Now, Stephen A. Smith isn't going to slap him because he likes his job and wants to continue to work. But
Reddick apologized.
Well, I mean, he had to, based on his employers over there at the Disney Network. But we don't know what's in his heart.
Molly Cameron was laughing when that shot came out about Stephen A's shithole school.
It's because she's probably done it herself. Like, you're up here talking shit. Talking shit every day. You went to that damn shithole university.
It's like, well, I got a degree and I'm sitting here with you. Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean,
that's true. Yeah. But they can fire you at any time. We'll still be sitting here making money.
It's funny though how the subordinate, the underling, because Stephen A. put JJ on that show. Stephen A. selects who comes on his show. And
okay.
You know how they have no respect.
Oh, for that person that comes on the show.
Yeah, the way Shannon has respect for Skip.
Skip and Shannon are a team. So there's no way they would have disrespect for one another. But
sit down and shut up before I smack the stupid off your face.
Take them
Skip
damn glasses. Put them damn glasses back on.
I smack the stupid off.
Bitch. Can we say that? But that's why Stephen A. Goes after people that are reaching for the star, as opposed to a Hall of Famer or real stars. Now, as they start to ascend to their stardom on the network or on the show, you'll see there'll be some controversy, and then that person will be gone, and they'll bring on another underling to assume their role. So
somebody who could take orders from a dirty Pookie. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
But every now and then you got to put the house coon in his place. And
well, I mean, they do that.
Like Master was doing.
They do that, and they're going to do it. But as long as he stays in his place and works with the program, then everybody's fine.
All right. Today's topic is the legend of Jim Brown, the great. You guys can pull up. We're going to talk about King LeBron James and his off the court gestures. See what I did there?
Uh-huh.
Right, so King James speaks. Pick up the Cap TV. King James speaks.
Let's go, King James. Let's see.
My guys, my teammates, whoever I have that particular year. I think it was special in the fact that having a first-year coach and a first-year coaching staff to be able to take them to the Western Conference Finals. I think that's dope for Coach Ham and his coaching staff going forward. It was a very challenging season, for me, for our ball club. Obviously, we know what went on early on. It was a pretty cool ride. I don't know. I think it's okay. I don't hate to say it's a successful year because I don't play for anything besides winning championships at this point in my career, and I don't get a kick out of making a conference appearance. I've done it a lot. And it's not fun to me to not be able to be a part of, getting to the finals. But we'll see what happens going forward. And a lot to think about, to be honest. And just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, a lot to think about.
Sounds like he doesn't take any responsibility whenever they lose, bro. Like, I've even heard Jordan like, man, to get your shot blocked and get swept, you got to say, man, I got to be better, man.
Well, I mean, Jordan didn't have to say that after a while, after they finally beat the Thugs out of the Motor City.
But there was games where Jordan came up short in playoffs, and he'd be like, man, he wouldn't be. This guy come out here talking about the black coach,
Yeah.
LeBron took Ham to the Western Conference Finals.
But I mean, he's always said that when his teams made it to the finals, maybe not when he had D Wade, but once he got off of that Miami Heat team and went back to Cleveland, that was all LeBron. Came to LA, that was all LeBron. I mean, it's always all about LeBron, and yeah.
And I've seen these post-game interviews from this guy before.
Yeah.
Where he's justifying, he's setting everybody up, he's controlling the narrative. He's going to justify, maybe trading AD, or moving, changing teams. This is the type of way he talks, to kind of, create a narrative. So you basically threw the team under the bus. You threw it. I understand, but throw yourself in there too, bro.
Not if you're LeBron. You just pick up your purse and you walk out of the room. I'm sorry, your merch, and you walk out of the room and go to your next situation. They should be happy that they have you in their fold.
Man, Ace, I mean, honestly, that interview should have been, hey, big ups, hats off to our our organization. We got some great pieces. We got some great young pieces in here. AD, played his heart out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've got to be better. I had some health issues. Big ups to first year coach Ham. That's it, man.
Yeah. The fact that they made it from the play-in game to the Western Conference Finals, it would behoove him to recognize his teammates and the journey they went on to get to that point. But to put the team on your back and going third person again, like, yeah, maybe me and the LeBron heirs can get to a championship next year, but this season really doesn't count. Because come on, man, all of these guys haven't been to no damn 10 NBA finals and conference finals and all of these games. And if your coaching hasn't talked to you as a leader of the team and giving you the mission that we need to bring along these other guys, especially after the big trades they've made, to get to the point where you can compete in the playoffs. Or
Bro,
you
he was
mentally,
5 for 30 in the fourth quarter in that series.
Yeah, because
like 1 for 20 from 3.
It was all about him. They told him, "Hey, you're on television. It's the Western Conference Finals. It's you against the Joker." What it really wasn't. It was AD versus the Joker.
Correct.
Who played him to a standstill. So all you had to do was take your big ass down low and get some rebounds and some dunks and come out with the points that they needed per game and leave the 3-pointer line alone.
Well, he's suggesting, it was a dry treat. We had a first year coach. That's a way of telling management, go out and get Ty Lue or somebody, This guy, Darvin Ham, called every play for LeBron James out of every timeout. He called every play for LeBron James, and that's the thanks he gets.
Well, that's always his narrative, is to blame the coach, especially when they lose. Blame the coach as far as what happened in the playoffs. So it's typical LeBron. He didn't have his merce at the press conference this time, and now his latest, I guess, script or acting thing is to leave before the damn game is over and walk to the locker room. No handshaking.
Yeah. Yeah, he even left it when he played the whole first half, which was dumb. He can't blame that on the coach. I'm sure the coach was telling him, get your big 38-year-old butt on the bench and sit down and get you some rest. I used to have to tell Torrey that I can go the whole game. Yeah, but you could be more productive.
Right.
You know what I mean?
In the end, we get you some rest.
Yeah, and how you close this thing out. You know, but he went off early and they were giving him that shot, in my opinion.
Giving him the mix.
Yeah, because, you know, they talking about he needs surgery and he's hurt. Man, listen. All right. We got some court jester here, and I just want you to hear this. I put the video up and only, Cap TV put the video up and only got like 8 views. But here's the funny thing. This is from Kwame's rant.
Damn it, he needs surgery. And I'm not making up any excuse.
I'm ahead of myself.
Guys,
this is the court jesters.
Damn it, he needs surgery.
Excuse me.
And I'm not making up any excuses because if you out there,
people sick with that, man. Now I want y'all to hear this, right? Now listen, he said I ain't making no excuses because you out there. Nigga, he out there. He out there. So what's the excuse?
LeBron James have too much damn pride to go out and get swept in the conference finals.
We seen him get swept in the NBA finals. What are you talking about? Multiple times. So what are you talking about? He got too much pride to get swept in the conference finals. We seen him get swept on the biggest stage. But see, don't nobody call Stephen A. Don't nobody call him out on this stuff he say. Then all the minions, they'll say, "Oh, you hate, man, you a hater." When you tell the truth, bro, he have made bad decisions in this series with shooting them threes. And if you got a torn tendon in your foot, that Kendrick Perkins says he needs surgery at the end of this season. Why are you in the game trying to do shoulder dunks? Why? Why are you trying to do reverse dunks on the break?
All right, that was Ticket TV, and that's just an example of these LeBron pundits. And this is leading up to, you know, what Kwame said. He made some bombshell allegations accusing, you know, Queen James of doping in Clutch, you know, of tampering.
I got you.
Lots of conflicts of interest, and we talked about this. And so Kwame, who's an insider in the NBA, who's talking to other, you know, NBA players, this didn't make the national news. Nobody talked about it on Sports Center.
I could play to 38 years old. There's some alleged drug situation that Chael Sonnen said. There's some alleged drug situation, but that don't got nothing to do with me. We damn sure know that we never seen a player that has family and friends that's a part of a sports agency. So there's some alleged things that may have been going on behind the scenes with trades. So we never seen a player have this much control. I said there was some alleged things. This is all documented. Most of you goddamn emotional analysts are only up there to say good things about LeBron. Ain't a real person that watch basketball don't know that there's a whole network of analysts that's just paid to say good things about LeBron. We can look up who managed you, dumb mother. We can look up and see that most of you are managed by Clutch Sports, who has a direct tie to LeBron James. I take my hat off.
Okay, now that was Kwame. Let's get the co-host to wake up over here. All right, so that was Kwame, and he said that there's some allegations out there, which some people have been saying for years, that this guy's on the juice. And furthermore, Clutch Sports is managing some of these pundits, you know, and maybe that's why they all just talk LeBron narrative.
Well, I mean, it could be a conspiracy theory, or it could be just that, or it could be the truth. You got these guys that are positioned around sports that to love LeBron, talk about LeBron, revere LeBron. It would be a great marketing move as far as he's concerned to have these guys positioned to revere him in sports until he decides he doesn't want to play anymore. Or, like I said, it could be a conspiracy theory. I believe they may be positioned around the different platforms in sports to keep LeBron marketing at its highest level until he decides he wants to not lace him up anymore. And we don't know when that's going to be. There was a talk at the end of this particular playoff series that he was contemplating retirement, something that never came out of his mouth. But we'll see what happens in the near future. I don't see him walking away from $40, $50 million, whatever the hell they want to pay this guy.
Yeah, he wants to wait for Bronny. But back to the drugs. So, when guys be using them, which I've always allegedly Tom Brady as well. They talk about the benefits of modern day sports, and they're using juice all over the world.
Medicine.
Yeah. But they always say, oh, he's spending, $1 million on his body, and he's got some bullshit equipment that makes him, unhuman. And Lance Armstrong, same thing. He had this great workout ethic and this, that, and the best diet. No, it's the juice.
The cryogenic chambers and the
Yes, and the personal trainer, but this guy's head got bigger.
So is that a direct sign?
Listen, I mean,
But Lance Armstrong and Barry Bonds and Sammy Sosa and McGuire, all of their heads got bigger.
Bro, the way he plays, I would think he was on juice. All the bullying and the elbowing and
Yeah. And to be 38 years old and running around out there like that. I know the Lakers have instituted load management for him, not even as much as Kawhi. So he's got, come on, man. He's 38 years old, 39. By the time Bronny gets here, he's gonna be 40 years old running around out there on the court trying to play with his 19-year-old son.
But he's getting you 29. He's still 29, 12, 29, 10, 9, and 9. He's damn near averaging a triple-double at 38.
Well, I mean, he's a physical. He's always been a physical specimen from his time entering the league as a youth, and now you're looking at 20 years later with the deer antler spray, and I believe at 39, 40, even with the bad knees and the current rules, Jordan would have been able to get you those numbers. So,
well, a lot of times, and these are allegations where nobody's suggesting anything, but it's potentially you can be an athlete like Balco, and somebody could be pumping you anabolic steroids, and you have no personal internal knowledge of it. It's possible that he's a victim.
Come on, man. This guy is $1 billion brand. There's no way someone's pumping steroids into his body without him knowing what's going on. I don't believe it.
Well, maybe it's ignorance. It's
ignorant.
You know how the mafia is,
Yeah.
The less I know, but I know.
I know something's helping my body. I don't know what it is, and I can't say what it is. And
I know something was shriveling my gonads and making my head bigger and had me punching my family.
Cognitive immunity or whatever. Yeah, no.
I mean, look how quick he's coming back from injuries at 38. But that I just thought that was bombshell. Nobody wants to make accusations here.
And they won't until there's some concrete evidence or somebody's willing to come forward with some concrete evidence.
Until they're finished with it. Until after the season with Bronny, then they'll come out and discredit, everything the black man's done with the drugs. Yeah.
So what do you do at 38? I mean, do you see yourself in a position to try and challenge for another championship. Everybody says he's waiting on Bronny, but shit, Bronny might get to college and might want to stay a few years with Becky with the good hair.
Well, if he's frustrated and threatening retirement, they'll go out and trade away their future to get Kyrie, and then you come back with Kyrie, Unibrow, and LeBron, and all those other players around him. You have to lose a piece to get Kyrie, but
yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of pieces. But they don't really have a bench now. I mean, all those guys on their bench are basically role players. So what do you package something? Because D'Angelo Russell's making good money. So you package something together like him and one of those other bums they got on the bench and bring in a Kyrie, if that's what LeBron wants. And, keep
future draft considerations,
Damn.
Because Kyrie that shit ain't working in Dallas.
No.
No. Get some of that young talent, a couple draft picks, down the road. You have Kyrie, AD, and LeBron, and he can, push for a chip.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to have to make some kind of impactful move to make him happy, to make him want to stay.
Correct.
And it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, what happened to the days where you just, let these older players go? You get $40 million back towards your cap. You go out and find you some other players to draft somebody and rebuild your team. But everybody goes with the quick fix.
That's why he left Miami, because Pat Riley wasn't letting him manage the team and all that. Wasn't letting Clutch Sports come in there and tell Pat Riley which players are getting all of that.
Yeah.
He wasn't doing that.
Had no interest in that. So.
And that was a LeBron in his prime.
And?
Imagine 38-year-old LeBron. Remember Pat Riley was talking about Kareem? He could probably play in some situations where there's not going to be any running or offense.
Running or touching anybody or banging or, we can bring him in, beginning of the first quarter, the end of the fourth quarter. Yeah, get the frick out.
All right, well, let's jump to Booger of the Week. We've got two options. One of them you submitted. We'll let the chat, and then we'll decide as well.
All right.
First option is Kwame.
And he loved his master more than his master loved himself. That's why he didn't want his master hurt.
I understand how bad the foot must be possibly.
Oh, it's Shannon.
If the master got sick, he'd say, "What's the matter, boss? We sick?"
We should have took some more time, but he's like, "I know I can get there."
When the master's house caught a fire, he'd try and put the fire out. He didn't want his master's house burned. He never wanted his master's property threatened. And he was more defensive of it than the master was. That was the house Negro.
You heard him say it last night. He knew he could get across the finish line.
Well, that was the house Negro.
Because I understand how bad the foot must be possibly feeling.
What's the matter, boss? We sick? And he
All
loved
right.
his master.
So that's option number one.
There's some alleged.
Shannon Sharp, he understands how the foot feels.
and skip ahead with his foot.
It's just felt a little, house Negro-y. But now
That's
your other
his
submission, I think I'm leaning towards this. Scotty Trippin.
It's your guy.
He's never been he's never been my guy. I was trying to trade him for a box of Garrett's popcorn, even when he was in his prime. Y'all be like, man, Pippen this, Pippen that. Man, give me any one of these young guys, athletes who can play. But anyway.
Yeah.
He said, and I quote, Michael Jordan was a horrible player before he joined the team. I've seen Michael Jordan play before I came to the Bulls. You were horrible.
Right.
But you guys have seen him play. He was a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. It was all one-on-one, shooting bad shots. All of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was. He was a player who was really not at the top of his category. The season before Pippen joined, Jordan averaged 37.1 points, the most in a single season of his career, 5.2 rebounds, and 5 assists. Those 30 points in today's NBA game, doing the analytical data, would be approximately 48 points a game. Who's the booger? I have to go with Scottie Pippen. That's my vote, and we're going to ask the chat.
I mean, well, you know, Scotty's got the added incentive of Michael Jeffrey Jordan's son,
dinking his ex-wife.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah, I think he's going to come out with something primarily either once a quarter or at least twice a year.
I've never heard anything more asinine. Jordan made Pippen. Pippen saying he made Jordan.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, it's the narrative of, it's not as Isaiah saying this, so maybe it's his friends or his buddy telling him like, hey, man, without you, there wouldn't be a Michael Jordan. There wouldn't be 6 rings. There wouldn't, and it's quite possibly true. It might not have been 6 rings.
If it wasn't Pippen, it was going to be somebody else.
It was going to be somebody else to get your ass out of there. If you know, if you want to play to the level that Michael established for the Bulls. So, but to come out and say he was a horrible player before you got there with your migraines and your substandard play and playoff situations, because you know it's not like the Bulls went to the finals of championship the first or the second or the third, or
it's not like we wasn't making the playoffs before you came.
Yeah, or the third year you got there. Yeah, come on, man. You know, and
man, Jordan had scored like 63 points against one of the greatest teams ever assembled, the Boston Celtics, in Boston in the playoffs.
Definitely one of the greatest.
Did Pippen see that game when he was the manager at that shithole college he went to?
They didn't have cable at Arkansas Central Pine Bluff, Winston-Salem State University. So, no, he didn't see the game. But you know.
So who's your booger, Shannon or Pippen?
Well, I mean, Shannon.
Yeah, Skip, I think his foot was hurt. I know how his foot felt.
Every week, you know, he is a Hall of Fame football player, so you know how it feels when your foot hurts, Skip. But for Scotty to come out with such an asinine statement against Michael Jeffrey Jordan, Scottie Pippen, booger of the week. That's what I say. And yeah, come on, Scotty.
Scotty never stopped hating on Jordan. See, y'all, he hated on Jordan when it was him and Horace Grant. Horace Grant left the team.
Yeah.
Scotty, they used to sit on the plane and the bus and hate on Jordan and talk about he's shooting too much. Yeah. So they separated. They got rid of Ho and you know, and said Jordan can handle him. When Jordan left, a bunch of dry treats from Scotty the entire freaking time. If you had a problem with Michael Jordan at that time, you should have been man enough to say something and move to a different team.
Right. The Bulls are willing to pay your ass more money than Michael Jordan to play on the team. And
Jordan was willing to take less.
Yeah, because he's making money off of every Jordan shoe and stock options.
Thanks to his mother, his agent.
Right.
Yeah, that was his mother who said y'all gonna pay him a piece of the shoe.
Yeah.
You know, since they talk about black parents don't, know how to process.
Yeah, since Lamar Jackson's mother can't process and put a $200+ million contract together. He needs an agent. Yeah, he doesn't need.
He's got to get rid of all his friends and family and
cut his hair
and let the small hat steal his money. But go ahead.
Yeah, right. So it's definitely Scottie Pippen. Booger of the week, to put together a synopsis of your the guy that's still making you relevant to this day. That he was a horrible player. They keep coming out with this crap.
The guy that Magic Johnson and Larry Bird said is Jesus and sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
Before Pippen got there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he's pushing a narrative of Jordan didn't play the right way and LeBron plays the right way and Pippen played the right way. You know, the migraines, the nutting up at the end of the game, the giving the ball to Jordan. Yeah, giving the ball to Jordan and getting out of the way. The 17 points a game when he should have been averaging about 26 points. You want to talk about it, Scotty? We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about the way the drug addict Richard Dumas put his finger in your bum and rode you all around the court when you played the Phoenix Suns. And we thought Charles Barkley would be the problem against those guys. And, you know, and Kevin Johnson. They got a damn drug addict running around out there sticking his finger up your bum and dunking on you and giving you the business for the whole damn series. Luckily, you know, they ran out of the booger sugar for him, and they couldn't win. They couldn't finish the series. But
yeah, we're not going to talk about the career 74% free throw or something like that. We're not going to talk about that, Scotty.
Yeah.
But for you to say that Jordan wasn't a good basketball player before you got there,
he was horrible.
We're not going to talk about the 7 points you averaged a game as a rookie. And we're just, I mean, really? Jordan getting you up out of bed to practice at 4 a.m. You know what I'm saying? And letting you use his trainer. I don't know. Let's move on. Because
I think he gave him a Lamborghini or something, gave him one of his cars.
Yeah. Fear 33. All right, but let's jump to the hottest topic, the legend of Jim Brown, the great. Jim Brown, as I mentioned, he's a NFL Hall of Famer from the Cleveland Browns.
Yes,
he played from 1957 to 1965. He was born February 17th in 1936 in St. Simons Island, Georgia. Never heard of it. He was a multi-sport athlete at Syracuse, competing in basketball, track, and as you educated me last week, lacrosse. Despite playing just 118 games, he still ranks amongst the NFL all-time leading running backs in rushing average 3rd, rushing touchdowns 6th, and rushing yards 11th. He led the NFL in rushing during 8 of his 9 seasons and led the league in touchdowns 5 of those 9 seasons. He's regarded as one of the greatest lacrosse players of all time. I didn't know this. The rules were actually changed as a result of his dominance, and he enjoyed a prominent and impactful post-football career as an actor and activist. I'll stop there. What you got?
Jim Brown, one of the greatest athletes, activists of his time, always controlled the narrative of what was going on in his life as far as football was concerned, acting, activism. He made it happen. If probably 20 years later, he would have expanded the lacrosse league and maybe never even played football. But the fact that he walked away from the NFL while he was healthy, his body was still in shape, and had the rushing record, speaks to the physical ability of Jim Brown. He was able to process, move over into his acting career, and made several groundbreaking movies as far as acting is concerned. And his activism as working with other great athletes of his time, of Muhammad Ali and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and standing up for his people, hasn't been set a precedent that, you know, we're still trying to get back to, where all of these great athletes with power and influence can help affect the conditions of the world for melanated people. So, Jim Brown, hey, he's a GOAT as far as I'm concerned, and always will be.
And yeah, he's definitely the baby goat behind Walter Paper sweetness in my mind. But I'm really intrigued. We'll get to the activism about this lacrosse. I don't know when he started playing. Okay. His Hall of Fame induction plaque indicates that Jim Brown is considered by many to be the greatest to ever play the game of lacrosse, bro. I didn't hear lacrosse. Like, okay, the 1958 NCAA lacrosse guide called Brown the greatest lacrosse player in the history of the sport. So why did he quit? I want more mental stimulation than what oh, that's football. But okay, so lacrosse, let's talk about the rule. They said he was so dominant that lacrosse rules were changed, requiring what's called the Jim Brown rule. It requires a lacrosse player to keep their stick in constant motion when carrying the ball. Ultimately, once he was out of the picture, they reverted that rule. Now everybody can keep their stick in motion. They be changing rules, like with Will Chamberlain, made a 3-second rule and made the paint bigger and all this.
Yeah, they tiger-proofed all the damn courses because he was dominating golf. Yeah, they don't do that no more, do they? Yeah,
that's crazy, bro. Because you pointed that out. I didn't know any of that. But to your point, he was a prominent civil rights activist and helped organize the famous 1967 Ali Summit after Muhammad Ali, formerly known as Cassius Clay, announced he would not go kill melanated people in the Vietnam War. He was friends with Ali and a supporter of Donald Trump. That's interesting. Yeah, he's MAGA.
Allegedly.
She didn't know that.
Allegedly.
Hey, I'm just telling you what the facts say. You mentioned his films, The Dirty Dozen. I saw that. That was released in 1967. One thing about his roles, he didn't play coons. He was a black superhero before there was such a thing.
He's gonna come kick your ass.
Yes. Ice Station Zebra in 1968. Never heard of it, never saw it. Got to put that on my list. He also played in The Split in 1968. Never heard of it, never saw it. He played in Slaughter in 1972. Never heard of it, never saw it. And Mars Attacks, which is a great movie, released in 1996.
Oh, don't forget, I'm Gonna Get You Sucker.
Ah, yes. I saw that. I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. Yeah. Yeah, he was a man's man. It puzzled me about the Trump supporting. I'd have to, dig more into that.
Maybe that was after the CTE kicked in or something, We don't know what happened to him.
I mean, everybody's got their reasons. We can say he's a hero, but we can say Kanye is stupid. And, we have to start, unpeeling these layers.
Yeah. He's a MAGA supporter also.
Yeah. He's a MAGA. Dirty MAGA. All right. So I'm authority for your final words, but I did want to mention, Jim Brown, one of the greatest football players of all time. We've mentioned that. He was a civil rights activist. He did use his platform to fight for social justice and equality. We talked about the Muhammad Ali summit and his support for Trump and his legacy in lacrosse. They don't talk about that. I mean, he couldn't have been playing. Maybe he was playing in Mount Simon, St. Georgia. I don't know, bro, but did he start playing in college?
He was playing at Syracuse University. They did not want these big St. Georgia, Mountain Georgia brothers to come up there and start playing lacrosse all across the United States.
So you're saying he just got off the ice cream truck, went out for the lacrosse team, and was the best ever to do it without?
I'm pretty sure he had to be doing it in high school. And he just took it to the next level when he went to the university level, as he did with football. It's not like he was living in Stone Mountain, Georgia. He was living. I have to look up that area again.
Something St. Simon Island, Georgia.
Yeah. They must have had a little bit of culture, a community in that area, and he was an athlete that could do anything: basketball, football, lacrosse. I mean, he was Jim Brown,
and he was
mentally there, but for the entire.
Go ahead with your final words too.
Wow. Yeah, so as far as that was my take on his lacrosse abilities not being accented for generations to come. There's always a narrative to keep us out of certain sports so they can be kept pure.
Changing the rules, rezoning the districts, changing.
And making sure that these melanated players don't have access to a sport. And to that point, right now, I believe that lacrosse is 95% non-melanated across.
Yeah, it's just a way to give people scholarships. They proved that at USC, and this guy came in there and was actually practicing and working at it. There's a brother playing lacrosse now that's supposed to be pretty good, but I thought he was the first. But go ahead.
No. Jim Brown was out there doing his thing. And since there was no professional league to go on to after he left the University of Syracuse, that was the end of his ability to play and monetize lacrosse. So I think that's what it was. But that should have been part of his legacy to teach some of these athletes that or cross sport athletes such as basketball and football players that you can go to university on scholarship on lacrosse because it involves power and speed and agility and hand-eye coordination, which of course, so my final word, Jim Brown, you'll be missed, my brother. I was not aware of his later involvement in supporting Donald Trump, but everybody has their reasons to support different factions or politicians, and apparently, he had a reason that he wanted to.
Yeah, because the Democrats ain't shit.
Well, I mean, but you would think at his ability in the forefront of the civil rights era to create a coalition with these other supreme athletes that somebody will work with him and these athletes to form our own Green Party, a Black Party, a thinking party, or whatever needed to be done, where he wouldn't be put in a position to support such a son of the KKK.
Yeah, Democrats told him to shut up and play lacrosse.
Or the Democratic portion of the KKK.
Yes. Same thing they told Ice Cube when he was trying to speak up.
Yeah. So, that may be a bigger part of his legacy for us to unfold as to why that Jim Brown felt the need to support Trump and his ideology and agenda at the end of his career after, starting with the civil rights era, with Muhammad Ali, with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and all of these other thinkers, as far as the world is concerned, and end up in a box with Donald Trump. So as far as his life is concerned, we know his accomplishments as far as sports and activism are concerned. now it's up to us to, I guess, carry the torch and develop a new agenda as to maybe the Jim Brown party or James Brown party or whatever you want to call it, as far as why he was put into this box at the end of his career and what we need to do to carry on his legacy forward as developing the James Brown party for 2023, 24, and for the future of melanated people. So that's my final words.
Well said, my brother. And it's something I'll do some more digging into. Maybe we'll have that for next week. His relationship with Donald Trump. The only thing I want to say is Negro League lacrosse. We should go ahead and start Negro Leagues. And we've mentioned it on this show before. For a sport we could dominate like lacrosse, let's go ahead and break back into that. There's free education going on out there. We always talk about the expense associated with stuff, but let's start some, Jackie Robinson West lacrosse leagues and, get some of the smarter kids out there who can process. Not saying Deuce ain't processing out there.
But yeah.
And give them some opportunities to move on and further their careers. It's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
Now, following on the Self-Love Show, we're going to be coving deepfakes, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Deepfake technology is here, and it ain't going nowhere no time soon. We'll give you solutions on how to protect yourself and your family from the technology. Next week on Mouthpiece Included, we're going to be covering blacks in lacrosse.
All right.
Blacks in lacrosse.
Let's talk about
Find out who they are. Yeah, we're going to talk about it and see if we can find ways to get our kids some more education.
Yeah.
And start a lacrosse Negro leagues. Yeah. Negro. Why not?
Matter of fact, Northwestern is University. The women's team is in the lacrosse finals this weekend.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, but all those kids everybody on the team is non-melanated, and they're all there at Northwestern for free.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That is very correct. All right. So you guys like, share, comment. If you ever I forgot my mouthpiece. Find yourself sliding through the great city of Chi, might be on the south side, Lawndale area out west, Austin district, or even Inglewood Chi, or Cali. Better be checking your blind spot. You better check that 6. You better be watching your back. Keep that head on a swivel. Guard your grill. Knuckle up. And don't forget
it, baby.
And don't forget
it, baby.